Let's do lesson 5-2, unit rates and proportional reasoning. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to find unit rates and unit costs, and I'll explain what these two are in a few minutes. Now, this is a speedometer. This is in the car, and it tells you how fast the car is going. So, for example, if it points to the 50, this means that the car is going 50 miles per hour. And this means, well, let me rewrite this. This can also be written as miles per hour, mph, or 50 miles / hour, which is the same thing as 50 miles for 1 hour. And all these mean the same thing. I just want to make sure you understand that these slashes, or the word per, means 1 hour. Now we have 50 miles per hour. This is actually a rate, and this is a vocabulary word for this lesson. A rate is a ratio comparing two quantities or two numbers in different units of measurement. So let's look at this. This is 50 miles per hour, 50 miles per 1 hour. Two quantities comparing how many miles in how many hours. Let me underline that. This is the first unit, and this is our second unit of measurement. Now it's comparing two different units of measurement. And any ratio, and remember a ratio is just a comparison with different units, that's called a rate. Now this is another example. If you read 200 pages of, let's say, the Phantom Toll Booth in 5 weeks, this is also a rate. If you're playing soccer and you score 4 goals in 2 hours, that's also a rate. We have two different units, goals in how many hours. And $3 for 5 pencils, this is also a rate. Now there's one more thing I want to talk about, and this is a unit rate. And this is the rate for 1 unit. So basically, let's look at this, 200 pages in 5 weeks. This is not a unit rate because a unit rate looks at how many pages in 1 week. Now let's think about this for a second. If you've read 200 pages in 5 weeks, how many pages would you have read in 1 week, assuming you read the same amount in every week? Now this is pretty easy. We have just 200 divided by 5. And let's do the math, we get 40. So 40 pages in 1 week would be the unit rate because it is the rate for 1 unit. Let's look at this one, 4 goals in 2 hours. The unit rate would be how many goals in 1 hour. And this is a very simple problem. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And for the last one, $3 for 5 pencils. Unit rate asks for how much for 1 pencil. How many dollars for 1 pencil? And whoa, these two numbers are not easy to divide, so let's put this inside the division sign. So we have $3 divided by 5. 5 doesn't go into 3, so we have to put a decimal point, add a 0, move the decimal up. Now 5 goes into 36 times, and 5 times 6 is 30, comes out even. So this answer is 0.6 or 0.6, and we can add a 0. This is 60 cents for 1 pencil. And these are unit rates, and all of these are called rates. Okay, I want you to pause here and try these two problems. Find the unit rates if you traveled 300 miles in 5 hours, or if you have 200 students in 5 classrooms. Now I'm going to show the answers in 3, 2, 1. These answers are incorrect. Please pause here and rewind a little bit and see what happened. Okay, next thing we're going to look at is unit cost. Now this is very, very similar to unit rate, but it just deals with money. Like our previous example, the ones that deal with money, this is called a unit cost. Now let's look at this can of corn. This can of corn is 11 ounces and it costs 99 cents. We want to find out the cost per unit. That means per 1 ounce. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to divide. How much money does 1 ounce cost? So we're going to divide. Let me write this out first. 99 cents divided by 11. And of course, I can't even do this in my head. So let's try it out. We have 99 divided by 11. Now, first thing we do is bring the decimal up. How many times does 11 go into 9? Well, it can't, so we put a 0 here. How many times does 11 go into 99? That's 9 times, and 9 times 11 is 99. And we are done. Now, let's look at this. This is, we can add a 0 here if we want. This is 9 cents. And 9 cents, what does that mean? That means it costs, costs 9 cents per ounce, or for 1 ounce of this sweet corn. It's fresh. Okay, so let's do another example very quickly. I'm going to minimize this. Well, I'm just going to move it aside. But let's say there's some juice, grape juice, delicious. 2 quarts for $3.69. We're looking for the unit cost. That means how much it costs for 1 quart. We're going to do the same thing. $3.69 divided by 2. Let's put this in the division house. $3.69 divided by 2. Let's do this. 2 goes into 3 one time. 2 times 1 is 2. We subtract. We bring down the 6. Oh, there's a decimal. We bring the decimal up. 2 goes into 16 8 times. 2 times 8 is 16. It goes in evenly. Bring the last number down. 2 goes into 9 4 times. 2 times 4 is 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. I'm sorry about this. And there's no more numbers to bring down. So this is basically remainder, but I'm going to bring down another 0. 2 goes into 10 5 times. Now this is a fraction of a cent. This is $1.84, but just a little bit more, but not quite $1.85. And this means it is right here, $1.84 or 85. I'm going to estimate here per quart of delicious grape juice. And this is our answer. We're looking for the unit cost. Now, some questions, and this is a realistic situation. You might be asking yourself, if you look in a store, and let's say you find Pepsi, 1 can is 75 cents, 6 cans, $2.49, 20 cans at $7.40. Which one is the better buy? Now, when it's asking for the better buy, that means we are looking for the one that has the lowest unit cost. And I want to mention right now that even though you may think that if you buy more at a bigger package, you might not always get the lowest unit cost. Now let's find out the unit cost for all 3 of these packages. 1 can, 75 cents. This is already a unit cost. Oops. Because it's already looking at 1 can. Now let's look at a 6-pack. 6-pack at $2.49. That means we're dividing $2.49 by 6. How many times does 6 go into 2? It doesn't. How many times does 6 go into 24? 4 times. 6 times 4 is 24. This is 0. Bring down the 9. 6 goes into 9 once. And 6. And there's a little bit remainder, but let's not worry about it because we have our pretty good estimate. This is about 41 cents. So 6 cans is about 41 cents per can if you buy 6 at a time. So let's move this one aside. 20 cans at $7.40. We do the same thing. We have $7.40 divided by 20. And 20 goes into 7, it doesn't go in. Put the decimal there. 20 goes into 74 3 times, and 20 times 3 is 60. We subtract, we get 140. Oh, sorry, we get 14, and we bring down the 0. We get 140. 20 goes into 147 times. So this is an exact answer. This is 37 cents if you buy 20 cans at one time. So these are the unit rates. These three numbers are the unit costs. And if we're looking for which one is the better buy, of course we're going to look for the cheapest one. And so the cheapest one is if you buy 20 cans. So 20 cans would be our answer. So let's look at ice cream sandwiches because it's winter and I love to eat ice cream in the winter. Okay, so which one is the better buy? You have individual, that is one ice cream sandwich at 75 cents, or you can buy a box of 6 for $2, or a box of 12 at $3.84. Now go ahead and pause here and take a few moments to work this out. I'll show the answers in 3, 2, 1. Turns out box of 12 is the cheapest and the individual is most expensive. But keep in mind, it might seem that it always turns out to be if you buy more, it's more expensive, but that's not always the case. If you got this wrong, please look at your work. And that concludes our lesson. So please reply to the quiz, click reply with a question or respond to a classmate's question. And of course, complete the quiz on Edmodo. And that's all for today. I will see you tomorrow.